Now, in the past, you may have heard PM at this time, but it is coming. They're going to be joining you at 6:30, so you can stick around for PM with Linda Mottram right after ABC Radio's Summer Drive. Now, have you spotted the New South Wales Deputy Premier lately? Although he sometimes tends to duck for cover, this time John Barilaro has actually gone undercover on purpose. In a series of short video snippets reminiscent of reality TV, the New South Wales Deputy Premier has launched Undercover Barra. And I thought I might play a little sample of what he's been up to.
Well, I'm here at Warped Engineering here in Queanbeyan. I'm just about to go and give a scholarship to Adam Cook. He's inside, he doesn't know what's coming. Let's see what happens. Got some good news for you. Yep. Bert Evans scholarships, you're aware of those? Yep. Well, I'm here to tell you, mate, you've been successful, one of 75 across the state.
Awesome.
We want to back people like you, and that's what Bert Evans was all about. Mate, you're a legend. I want to congratulate you, wish you all the best, and good luck with it all.
Well, I had no idea. He got me really good. I'm beside myself, really. I don't live at home anymore. Just like supporting myself and even furthering my training and other courses.
G'day all, it's Undercover Barra again, and I'm in Albury today to surprise Carter Webb with one of the Bert Evans scholarships.
I've got an old four-wheel drive and it's always off the road. It'll help out a lot with keeping it on the road, getting me to work every day and up to TAFE and Wagram. Definitely worth applying for. Might as well put your foot forward and have a go.
Undercover Barra. Well, we have managed to uncover Undercover Barra. We've found the New South Wales Deputy Premier, John Barilaro. He's with me now. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Laura.
Now, what is exactly, if you can explain to me, what Undercover Barra exactly is?
Well, I've got to admit, just listening to that promo, it sends shivers down my spine. I just love hearing these young people respond and react to when they are awarded a scholarship. Look, what Undercover Barra is just an opportunity to promote what we call the Bert Evans scholarships in New South Wales. Bert Evans was someone that was an advocate for vocational training, apprenticeships for over 30 plus years. He's been part of government, in and out of government, and just really an advocate to make sure that young people looked at vocational training, especially apprenticeships, as a real pathway to a job, a career and a great lifestyle. And Bert passed away at the start of last year, and the scholarships in one way is to continue that legacy, and we issue every year 75 Bert Evans scholarships, and that's to the tune of $15,000 per scholarship to help young people that have engaged or embarked on an apprenticeship. We know salaries are low, we know it's tough. For a lot of country kids especially, they've got to travel vast distances for their training, their local TAFE. And so we thought we'd help them out with these scholarships, and Undercover Barra is really just a play on that where, I don't know if your listeners know, I'm a chippy from Queanbeyan. I've spent 25 years as a joiner carpenter in a business in Queanbeyan. I'm passionate about apprenticeships, and I've just used that bit as who I am, and I've gone in undercover talking with young people and then surprising them and promoting the Bert Evans scholarships. It's
actually really great hearing from these young people how they're hoping to use this scholarship money.
Yeah, look, for some of them, it's travel costs, it's their car, it's their rundown car, upgrading the car or maintaining the car, accommodation costs. Some have come from disadvantaged backgrounds. They actually, some don't live at home, some do live at home and helping out mum or dad or the family. And the money comes with no strings attached. It is to help them through the 3 years. And in my mind, it's a very small investment in making sure, one is, we're giving young people a real chance in their real career, but also, if you look at the economy, we need tradies, we need people to do apprenticeships, and we've seen a decline in apprenticeships over the last decade. And if this is one way of promoting it, encouraging and supporting more young people, well, I think that's beneficial to the broader community.
So, Deputy Premier, how have you managed to infiltrate the work sites?
Yeah, well, look, it's been a little bit difficult. Claire from Department of Premier and Cabinet goes up the day before, and with the employer, we sort of hatch a scheme where we're saying we're filming for a website or some sort of idea. She uses a whole heap of go cams and puts cameras in all sorts of different places. She's done a wonderful job in putting it together, and I carry a camera and the phone camera in my top pocket. And like I said, I'm a tradie. I fit quite comfortably in a workshop, up with Jake Hemmings and Forbes. That was joinery carpentry. That's definitely down my line. young Carter at Albury is a painter or an apprentice painter. Again, I'm used to job sites, so I think I do sort of gel in. I don't know if 6 years of politics has polished me up a little bit, but no, I love talking to these young people. And as the Minister for Skills in New South Wales, as I said, I'm passionate about this. And we often talk about legacies that you leave when you get out of politics. You talk about bridges and roads and schools and hospitals that you build, but really it's about opportunity. And we're embarking in a period of prosperity in New South Wales. The jobs are plenty, opportunities are there. Just want to make sure we give these kids the right pathway. And there's plenty of reports talking about university as a pathway, but I really want to promote vocational training, TAFE, genuine pathway, real jobs, jobs today and jobs of the future, and having fun doing it. I've got to admit that I'm absolutely enjoying doing it.
Can you tell me a little more about who you've managed to surprise so far?
Yeah, look, so Jake Hemmings was the first, or one of the first. He's out at Forbes. He's an apprentice carpenter working for the local builder. Great background story, and really having to travel 125 k's a day to get, 125 k's every couple of weeks for TAFE to get the school training. Then he works with the employer. He's a builder in town, so Jake's he faces the same hardship as many others, and a couple other personal components to that. And he was a fantastic candidate, and he was the first off the rank. Yeah, the others, Adam Cook was probably, a little bit my favourite. He's from Queensland, it's my own hometown. Adam works at the local engineering shop. He was the first off that we did, and again, disadvantaged in a way. He's battling a few issues. Plus, he travels in from Goulburn every day for employment, and then has to travel for again the education. So he's another great advocate. And Carter Webb was the last one that we posted down at Albury, young apprentice painter. Did
it take them long to recognise you?
Look, Jake sort of recognised me. A mate of his sort of flagged. A mate of his saw on Facebook what we had done with Adam Cook in Queensland and said, I wonder if the Deputy Premier would ever come out to Forbes. And they joked about it, and Jake had said, no chance. But he had seen the video. I wear the same outfit every time. And he thought he did, but then a bit after he just didn't know. He was so surprised. I actually thought, and his mum thought he'd catch me out. He didn't. And we got away with it. And look, it's exciting. I'd love to do this to all 75 participants, but unfortunately I am busy doing other things. But what this is about is actually just using these three young examples of the 75 that received the scholarships last year, and we're now going through that process of the next round. And if it means, again, as I said, just showcasing vocational training, showcasing young people. I'm sick and tired of hearing when people sort of, in one way, denigrate young people in this generation, that they haven't got the will to take on some of the trades. I see the opposite. I see lots of young people, if given the opportunity, a helping hand. I believe we've got some fantastic opportunities, and that's all I'm working and focused on.
Okay. Well, no plans for any more surprises at the moment.
Well, no, not at this stage. But who knows? Undercover Barra might do something in the very near future, and we might have to get a different, instead of the yellow shirt, might have to change colours. I think people are starting to recognise the yellow shirt.
You might become a bit of a YouTube sensation.
Oh, who knows? Mate, these three young men should be the YouTube sensations. They've done a wonderful job.
Are there some young women as well getting these scholarships?
Yeah, there are. And look, one of the unfortunate things is that, again, women are underrepresented in some of these traditional, very, very male-dominated areas. And we've put in place through our Skills Legacy Fund, which is actually leveraging off the government's infrastructure. The $80 billion we're spending on infrastructure. We've attached some new targets to get more women in what I would say traditional male roles. We're working with also Sydney Trains. And look, it's difficult. We've got to get into the school system, I think, earlier, sell the idea in the pathway, convince mum and dad. They're the big influence. But definitely, young women. And as a skills minister, I was recently in the ACT because they hosted the National Skills Awards, and New South Wales had a number of young women in their professions. And honestly, fantastic. Great opportunities. And again, my job is to promote pathways for everybody. And absolutely, there is a real opportunity to really increase the participation of young women in traditional male roles.
Well, Minister, appreciate your time this afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's the New South Wales Deputy Premier and the MP for Monero, John Barilaro there.